What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 coming to you with a little Copa America action. We had a hell of a game there with the first one. Colombia wins 2-1. A little late PK drama where the ref kind of awarded a PK, then went to VAR, took a look at it, thought it was just general hand fighting that had been kind of going on all game. I don't hate not awarding the PK there. He called it on the field. There was a clear shirt pull. I guess he felt that there just wasn't enough impeding the movement, that he would have gotten a head on the shot anyway. So that kind of stinks for those of us who are hoping to get a Luis Diaz goal. But there were goals aplenty, and they came from a lot of shots outside the box. Paraguay definitely looked dangerous there. Coach made a very interesting and ended up being the right move, taking Miguel Almiron off and bringing on Sosa. Sosa ended up assisting a goal about 10 minutes after that substitution. We had 4 yellow cards, 3 on Paraguay's part, and you can just see when these games get played, there was a lot of blood. There were a lot of high boots and stuff that in Europe is going for a red every single time, and it's not going for a red. It's barely going for a yellow here, and that's South American footy, baby. So let's go. It's fun to watch if you like grimy, chippy, foul football. This is the competition for you, Copa America. They're going to be swallowing a lot of whistles here. They're going to let the boys play. What's going on? Good to see you, Richie. Thank you for tuning in. Oscar, good to see you. Yeah, I really could have used that Luis Diaz goal as well. Plus 230 was just a really high price for that. On the upside, though, both of the guys who scored from Colombia each did it once apiece. I do have a future on Luis Diaz to be the highest scoring Colombian player. At plus 160, I have that parlayed with Patrick Schick. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I definitely like that. Let's go. What's going on? No Round Brown, good to see you. Nick, Robert, good to see you as well. Thank you for tuning in. That looks like a Jimmy. No, that's a Jordan picture. But yeah, love the Bulls support here. Ladder Brazil goals first half. I don't blame you. Costa Rica is washed. This is all Brazil. Let's be real, guys. When we talk about Brazil, Costa Rica here, we're talking by how much is Brazil going to win. We're not talking about whether or not Brazil's going to win. It's just by how much. Vinny to score in Brazil to win, sure. I don't know if adding Brazil to win gets you anything there. Brazil's minus 1,100 to win this game. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to win. If it's not adding much value, it's maybe not something I would look to add to a parlay. Now, what I do think is interesting here is that Brazil's running a little bit different of a formation with Vinny at the top. This could easily switch back into a more traditional 4-3-3 like are used to seeing from Brazil with Rafinha, Vinny, and Rodrigo all playing across the top here. These guys are going to interchange, and they're going to move around to whatever wing or wherever space is. Come for the music and stay for the picks. Shout out, Mike. Appreciate you. But Paqueta, if he is playing this kind of 10 role here, you guys know I like Paqueta. I'll be liking him for assists. West Ham midfielder who had some pretty decent success there this season. 31 caps, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 bookings as a Brazilian playing in the Premier League. That is absolutely no surprise. Year prior to that, you had 28 caps, 4 goals, 3 assists. He was used a little bit more as a substitute, and that 22-23 West Ham team was super disappointing as it was anyway. But yeah, former Flamengo guy, good, talented scorer, had a couple of 9-goal seasons for Lyon as well. So Paqueta is a good look here to be involved in the Brazil money line over 2.5 Vinny goal plus 139. Yeah, what's Vinny goal on its own? Like, if Vinny goal on its own's minus 105, forget adding all the other stuff. Just take Vinny for the goal. I know that seems like value. Yeah, see, of course, Vinny goal is plus 100. Yeah, so don't add in a bunch of other bullshit to get 39 cents on the dollar. Just take the 1-to-1 ratio, because now you're adding in, not that I think Costa Rica is going to win, but you need Brazil to score 3 goals by themselves here just to get an extra 39 cents on the dollar. For me, I know how hard 3 goals are to come by in 90 minutes, even when you're playing what you think is a cupcake team. And 3 goals for 40 cents on the dollar just doesn't do it for me. Gang, what up, Stink? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, math, again, like, listen, it's completely up to you. I'm just giving you my 2 cents on personal advice. For me, I think it's always easier just to have one guy do one thing and depend on nothing else at plus 100 than to rely on 2 additional goals to be scored, all by Brazil, or at least 1 by Brazil and 1 by Costa Rica. I don't need to invite those variables into my life when I'm already getting 1-to-1 on my money with the Vinny goal. Have we talked about Paqueta last tournament of his career narrative? It very well could be. I know there's been some allegations going around with gambling, with his yellow card stuff. You know, who knows? Tonali is scheduled to come back. We'll see. We obviously saw that Tooney came back after cooperating with investigations, so we'll see. Vinny Rodrigo anytime parlay plus 412 with the DK boost. I definitely like that, Lopez. One thing I will say that I noticed in the friendlies, especially against USA, Vinny is looking to dime here. Vinny is a traditional winger. He's going to take guys on one-on-one. Up the wing, he can dribble you, he can body you, he can not even touch the ball if it's going to stay in bounds and run up the sideline and completely fake you out of your boots, then turn on the jets, beat you to the touchline, and then send in a cross that somebody has to finish. That somebody being Rodrigo, Paqueta, Rafinha, or even I don't think maybe Gomes or Gomes coming up from the midfield. I don't see Danilo maybe closing in on the back line if he's going far post with it or something. And Militao can get up and play aerials. That's not 100% his responsibility. But if anybody out here is a Real Madrid doubter, and doesn't think that we have the best center back pairing walking the face of the earth, watch Eder Militao today. He's coming off of a major ACL surgery. I know that he had a couple of tune-up games for Madrid, including one that went really poorly where they ended up coughing up like 3 or 4 goals. And Militao was a little bit responsible for some of those, but as Militao works his way back into 100% match fitness, people are going to remember the name and remember that he is the best damn center back on the entire planet, and he's getting paired up with Rudiger, and now our back line is completely nasty. That said, Rodrigo loves scoring for Brazil. I know you went through a little bit of a slump with Madrid. I know a lot of people out there, there are Madrid fans that are calling for Brahim Diaz to get the start over Rodrigo. And I want to tell you all right now to your faces, you are dumb and you don't know ball. Brahim Diaz is a very nice piece off the bench. He's a player capable of doing a lot, but he is nowhere near the talent that Rodrigo is with what he does off the ball, what Rodrigo does defensively, what he does when we press, because Vinny doesn't press. Brahim Diaz is a walking turnover, whereas Rodrigo's super secure with the rock. He's able to dribble people, and even when he's not getting the goals production, it's not like he's not finding space and taking shots. He's just not placing them perfectly, and the keeper's getting in front of him. Whereas Brahim Diaz is just basically Lucas Vazquez 2.0 out there. He's going to try and dribble you. He's not going to protect the ball. He's going to create a ton of turnovers, and he's going to make Fede Valverde and Danny Carvajal work their asses off to cover for his ineptitude when it comes to playing possession-based, holding on to the football and, basically not turning it over in the final third and actually creating dangerous chances, which Rodrigo does incredibly well, not to mention what he does pressing-wise and off the ball. So if you're one of those people calling for Brahim Diaz to start over Rodrigo, you're dumb. Watch this game. Way ahead of you, Vinny assist with the boost on DK is plus 260. Love that. Vinny assist straight up. Definitely going to be playing that. Rodrigo to score a goal assisted by Vinny, plus 700. See you at the bank. Thank you, Leg. Leg is currently at the bar waiting for some food. I'm hoping he's getting chicken wings or something, but I didn't give a score prediction. It's Brazil by 1 million. I don't think Costa Rica scores, and Brazil's going to score as many as they are willing to, until they make subs. But their subs are dumb deep too. So like when Hendrick comes on, he's going to be a good look for a live goal. When Savio comes on, he's going to be a good look for a live goal. This Brazil team's dumb deep. Costa Rica has absolutely nobody. They're just going to shred the living shit out of them. How is it taking 50 minutes to get some boneless wings? No idea, fam. You got to go bone in, too, by the way. I know it's Tuesday, so you're probably at B-Dubs, maybe getting a deal, but, bone in is the far superior wing. I figured I'd be home by now. No worries. Hendrick live till he's dead. Any ladder options? Yeah, if you Vinny, Rodrigo, Paquita, Rafinha. There you go. Take all 4 of them. I don't care. I think they're all going to have a ton of action here. Yeah, I mean, sure. If you wanna take a cup of coffee flyer, Brazil's look. If Costa Rica gets the ball in the final third, you can try and hope for a PK. I don't know Costa Rica's PK. I don't know anybody on this Costa Rica team anymore, to be honest with you. Most of these guys are 23 and younger. I know I watched Costa Rica a decent amount in the CONCACAF tournaments and the Gold Cup. And, with everybody kind of finally retiring for international duty here for Costa Rica, most of these guys are children. Going up against some of the nastiest players in the world at every position here for Brazil. It'll be a great experience for them. I just wouldn't hold my breath expecting anything out of them. If we see 0-0 through, yeah, you can. I don't think you'll get a good number on it. I don't think you'll find a bettable number on Brazil at all unless it's stoppage time of the first half and you're trying to take them first half. They're minus 1,100 to win the game, and that's the best number on the board. They're minus 1,400 other places. I don't like their wings here, but I'm craving wings. Yup, I get you for sure. Got some Korean barbecue rolling. Rodrigo to score or assist, minus 112 / minus 200 on DK. Minus 195 on FanDuel. Rodrigo to score or assist. What are you talking about in the prop builder? Is that on? That's got to be on DraftKings. Did they finally add to score or assist into prop builder on DraftKings? If so, that's super advantageous. And I thank you for pointing that out, Stink. That'll be something I definitely have to continue looking for as we move forward. But yeah, I guess I should pull it up here. I can pull up my FanDuel, see if they're offering any first half shots prices here or shots on target even for Brazil, because that is a market I would get my beak wet on. It's not. Brazil's over-under shots line in this game is 21, boys. 21, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely ridiculous. Juice to minus 110, too. So you can take 21 shots for minus 110, 22 or more shots plus 125. They let you max out the ladder at 25 shots at plus 300. I think it's wild to think that Costa Rica's line just doesn't move. Like, the more shots you add for Costa Rica, it doesn't move. So you get to 14 shots, and that is 16 to 1. 15 shots is 16 to 1, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, all the way up to 25 shots. They won't give you any better than 16 to 1 on Costa Rica, which is absolutely comical. Offshore price. Okay, so yeah, offshore price. If you have access to offshores and you can use the parlay builder, Rodrigo to score or assist listed at minus 112. That is definitely an off-the-market number. I appreciate Stink for pointing it out. That is a really good look. Brazil, first half, minus 1, minus 120. Yeah, I mean, look, you get a push there. I don't mind that. Again, I don't think this Costa Rica team has anything for these guys, but it's Brazil too. Like, you know that they know that they're playing Costa Rica. Yes, the message is going to be there of, hey, we need to score goals. We need to do it early. We need to do it often. Blah, blah, blah. But they're going to be, I mean, I can guarantee you right now, Rafinha is going to jack up 3, nowhere fucking close to the box in the first 20 minutes. Like, absolutely nowhere near the 18-yard box. Rafinha is going to have plenty of options to pass to somebody else with a more dangerous chance, and he's just going to yeet it into Rosette because that's who Rafinha is. He doesn't care. He's just going to jack for chicks from way outside the 18-yard box. So if you think Brazil and the Brazilians can calm down on the show-off, I like to hit worldy bangers stuff. I don't mind that in the first half, especially at minus 120. I think that is actually some pretty good value on your dollar there versus, you know, Brazil being a completely unplayable number pretty much every other way you look at it. I'd said Luis Paqueta minus 160 for a shot on target on FanDuel definitely isn't bad. That's a nice little parlay piece. Let's see if there's anything outlier-ish that pops up for me here on DraftKings as well. Keep dropping any more questions you guys have. This is going to be a short stream. This is basically just So, I like Brazil. I'm obviously a Madrid fan. I'm here to gas up my Brazilian players and my Madrid players and, shit on Rafinha a little bit because I can. But other than that, this is just going to be a complete pounding by Brazil. 2 or more shots on target for Vinny's minus 140. 2 or more, it's minus 150 here. Rodrigo, 2 or more shots on target, plus 105 on FanDuel, plus 100 on DK. I like that a lot. Rafinha, if you want to get involved with him, 2 or more shots on target, plus 140. Over on DK, that's not a little bad price. Paqueta just for 1 at minus 150 over on DraftKings makes a nice little parlay piece for anything you like, even if you are playing like some baseball or something. If you want to parlay it with that, I didn't look at the baseball board at all today. I had a little too much going on. Is there anything doing here in the shots market? Paqueta, 2 or more shots is minus 200. I bet if you finesse that into a parlay with Paqueta, 2 shots, 1 shot on target, you're looking at a plus money number there with the correlation. I'm not loving any of these 3 or more shots numbers. Not super. There's just not a lot of value in climbing a lot of ladders here. Vinny for an assist at plus 200. I like that. Let's see what he is over here on FanDuel. Vinny assist is plus 110. Yeah, that's 90 cents on the dollar. That's 100% worth going to DraftKings, even though they have the tougher grading market. Let's see if I can get the goal score assist double combos. Okay, so Vinny to score a goal assisted by Rodrigo, and Rodrigo to assist a goal scored by Vinny Jr. is 41 to 1. So if you're feeling frisky on that, you can definitely get involved there. Vinny I don't like Rafinha to dime one out. Paqueta to score assisted by Vinny, and Vinny to score assisted by Paqueta. That's 65 to 1. I don't hate that. And I also don't hate it with Rodrigo either. That's 100 to 1. Paqueta to score a goal assisted by Rodrigo. Rodrigo to score assisted by Paqueta. That's obviously 100 to 1. Vinny to score, or Rodrigo to score assisted by Vinny. Lagarde said that's plus 700. Vinny to score assisted by Rodrigo. That is also plus 700. To score from outside the box, Rafinha to score from outside the box is plus 750 if you think he ever gets one of those curlers he loves to hit so much on target. Paqueta to score from outside the box is 31 to 1. That's not terrible. To score from a header, Rodrigo to score from a header is 12 to 1. I don't hate that. Paqueta to score from a header is 12 to 1. Militao is the number 2 favorite here. At plus 750, I don't like that a whole ton. Militao is not a prolific goal scorer. Scored 2 or more goals here. Rodrigo 5 to 1. Vinny plus 370. It's not really moving the needle for me. So yeah, unless you guys have any more questions, I'm probably gonna call it a stream there. It's easily Brazil by 1,000,000, but first half over 1.5, and first half both teams to score no. parlayed is plus 170. That's a Brazil 2-0 halftime. Brazil first half team total over 1.5 is plus 135. So yeah, you're getting a little value there. Let's see what the exact score for halftime gets us, because we can do halftime correct score. That gets you plus 320. So if you like that, you can get plus 320 for Brazil to be leading 2-0 at halftime over on FanDuel. Let's see if we can find anything like that here on DraftKings. 2-0 is plus 260 on DraftKings. So you get 320. You get 320 over on FanDuel. I think that's worth a little bit of a sprinkle on a 2-0 halftime correct score. Brazil to win both halves at minus 118 isn't terrible value either. Let's see what Brazil to win. Team to win both halves, minus 135 over on DraftKings. So if you like Brazil to score in both halves and to keep a clean sheet, to win both halves at minus 118 is definitely not a terrible play. To score in both halves for Brazil is minus 200 there. Yeah, so that's kind of what I got. So 8-ball, just to reiterate, I would look at correct score halftime, which is plus 260 on DraftKings, plus 320 here over on FanDuel. So you get a lot of extra cash trying to predict the correct score, but you obviously don't leave yourself the wiggle room if they're leading 3-0, but that is plus 950 over on FanDuel. So if you're interested in Brazil leading in the first half with a clean sheet on some correct scores stuff, you can ladder the 1-0 is plus 195, the 2-0 is plus 320, and the 3-0 is plus 950. And then you can also cash, like if they score early, you can cash out your 1-0 halftime correct score for profit and then ride the 2 and 3-0 and see if they happen for you. So just a couple of other options to think about there if you really are interested in that. And then, like I said, if you think that Brazil scores in both halves and ends up winning both halves of this game, you can get a nice price at minus 118 over on FanDuel. Again, I didn't really shop that around, but for me, it's all on the Madrid players. So I'm going to be taking some wild shots here on Rodrigo and Vinny. I like Vinny to assist straight up. I like Rodrigo to score. I like Rodrigo to assist. I like Vinny to score. I like Vinny to assist. And I like Paqueta. And, I obviously am going to hate on Rafinha because I can. So, yeah, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you, Stink. Appreciate you, No Round Brown, 8-ball. Everybody else who tuned in, Leg, Mike, who's here just for the jams, Nick, Robert, Richie, appreciate you guys. Lopez, for sure, appreciate you as well. Best of luck. I'm Burrow 77, and I will be back here tomorrow. Ooh, we got 2 double time slots tomorrow, so you can expect me back at about 11:10, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time for France, Poland. Also going along with Netherlands, Austria. And then we will be talking at 2:15-ish, Denmark, Serbia, and England, Slovenia. Whether or not we do one for Peru, Canada, and Chile, Argentina will really depend on how burnt out I am, whether or not I decide to do some baseball stuff, if I get a hold of my boy Josh, and if we get COPA'd on lineups. We at least got lineups on time or close enough to on time for both games today that I didn't snap. So, hey, I appreciate that. Hopefully we can get better. Hopefully it was just the USA match that was super messed up and we have a good rest of the COPA. So anyway, I'm Burr Oaks. Thank you for tuning in. We out. Doses.